Hello, Algebra 2 students online for Miss Bell. You guys have a quiz going on today, and I want to read through this and give you accommodations and clarifications, interventions, and whatnot. So let's get to it. You could pause this and slow this down as much as possible as you're going through this and providing answers for Miss Bell. Number one, find the domain and the range of the relation. What you are to do is to find, what do you think are the x values, the domain, those are your x values, and the range are your y values, okay? So, about where do you think this would be on the x, on the x-axis? Where do you think that one would be about? This one, where's that at? This one, where's that at? This one, where does that at? Okay. Then the range, the y's, where do you think this one is? This way. Where do you think these two are? And they're not going to repeat. So you're only going to see it once. And these two, they're about in here somewhere. Okay. So obviously more than 4, less than 8. Okay. So which sets do you think satisfy that graph there? Number 2 is the relation of functions. So you're going to want to look at all of the x values, and I'm going to underline those, your domains. This is your domain. Okay. If you see a number repeated and it's going to a different y value or a different range, it is not a function. If you don't see an x repeated, it is a function. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, use the vertical line test to determine which graph represents a function. So the vertical line test, remember, you're going, where the points are. If it's hitting more than one point, like this hits, this hits a point, in the y, it hits, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, negative. This hits a whole bunch of them. This one, in the y, it's only going to hit that one point there. It has different x values. This one is going to hit here and here. These, whenever I do a vertical line, it's going to hit here and here. It's going to hit here and here. It's going to hit here and here, wherever I put vertical lines. So which one only hits the line that's given, at one point at a time, only cross one point at a time? That's going to be your function. So it's either A, B, C, or D. Circle that one, put the answer up there. For each function, what is the output of the given input? So for the function of x, and it equals 2x plus 7, find this function when f of x is negative 3. So all you're going to do is plug in a negative 3 there. So you have 2 times negative 3 plus 7. It's going to be one of these answers. All right. Going on to number 5. Says determine whether y varies directly with x. If so, find the constant of variation k and write the equation. So remember, y divided by x, okay? If you get the same thing, y divided by x, y divided by x, y divided by x, y divided by x. If you get the same thing every time, whatever that equals is going to be your k, okay? And then you put that in for y equals kx. That's going to be, that's going to be what your k is. So that's where this k comes in. Okay, what's the k? And then what would the new, the direct variation equation be with that value in there? All right, going on to number 6. Determine whether y varies directly with x. If so, find the constant of variation k. So what you got to do is get y by itself, and it's got to look like this. Y equals kx, like I did up here, okay? You can't have anything here Nothing beyond, no adding, no subtracting. We don't want anything else there. It's just like this, y equals kx. That's direct variation. So when I take this and I have to divide by 8. I have to divide everything over here by 8. Is that going to look like this, where it's just y equals some number, could be a fraction, whatever, x. There's nothing added or subtracted over here, okay? If there is something added and subtracted, no, it is not a direct variation. Number 7, if y equals negative 246 when x equals 82, what is y when x equals 59? Let me clarify this a little bit. So it's saying that it varies directly. It does, okay? So we got to take, our y divided by x, okay? So I have negative 246 divided by 82, okay? Figure out what that is. That's going to be my k. And then you're going to do y equals kx, right? So take this answer and multiply it by your new x, 59. So whatever you get here, just leave it on your calculator. If it's an ugly, ugly number, leave it on your calculator and then just press times whatever your x is. My x is 59. And that'll give you something close to one of these numbers here, or the exact number. Number 8, the distance traveled at a constant speed is directly proportional to the time of travel. So if Olivia traveled 36 miles in 1.5 hours, so 36 miles in 1.5 hours, how many miles will Olivia travel in 8.3 hours at the same constant speed? So that's going to equal, so if it's proportional, how many hours? 88.3, so 8.3. Okay? And then you could, do your cross multiplication and solve for that. And lastly, what is the slope of the line? Well, for this page, what is the slope of the line that passes through the given points? So you're going to take, I would label these guys x, y, x, y. And this is my first one, and these are my second ones, 2, 2. So you're going to take your y2, remember, that's your y2, minus your y1. So you're going to take 6 minus 10 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so 1 minus 2. Okay, what does that give you? Does it match anything here? And what do you end up getting? It's got to be one of these A, B, C, or D. And lastly, number 10. 10 and 11, you're just finding the slope. So this is going down, so it's going to be, you got to take that into consideration. This goes down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's down 2 over 4. Remember, it's rise over run. I know it's sloppy because my paper wasn't flat. So rise over run. If it's going down, though, it's a negative rise. Just remember that. So it's going down over 4. So down 2 over 4. What would that be? And then this one is going up. So I'm going up. So this is your rise over the run. So this goes up 1 over 3. So up 1 over 3. What would that be for the slope on number 11? Okay. That's it. I'm just kind of going back and double checking something here. Times 8.3. Because I did this one differently with another group. See if I get the same thing. Yeah, okay, it's all good. I just had to double check myself on one. So good luck with this quiz. Hope this helps.